chairperson of the African Commission on Human and People's Rights. Society, ladies and gentlemen, to the African Commission, reaffirming the purposes and principles of the African Charter of Human and People's Rights, and recalling that states are under the obligation to protect all human rights and fundamental rights. We, as the International Commission of Jurists, in close collaboration with the African Decade for Persons with Disabilities, Coalition of African Lesbians, Global Rights, International Gay and Lesbian Human Rights Commission, Inter-Rights, and Nigerian Humanist Movement. We acknowledge the important contribution of putting measures at all levels against discrimination, equality, rule of law, and democratic processes consistent with international law, in particular international human rights law, and for the functioning of democratic institutions, the maintenance of peace and security, and thereby the full enjoyment of human rights as well as discrimination of all persons, and the role of the African Union and its institutions in ensuring the full respect of all human beings within its borders. We recognize that the respect for human rights, democracy, and the rule of law are all interrelated and mutually reinforcing, and therefore the enforcement of protection, respect, and promotion of all human rights within all the member states is of mutual concern. As the world progresses towards sustainable development, and the African Union Charter on Human and People's Rights emphasizes the protection of people's rights, we note with concern retrogressive practices in some of the member states where fundamental human rights are being violated against persons due to their sexual orientation and gender identity, particularly their right to assembly, privacy, and non-discrimination, which violations are against the principles enshrined under the various international treaties and reinstated under the African Charter for Human and People's Rights. We are deeply concerned by the growing situation and occurrences of violations of human rights and fundamental freedoms in the context of sexual orientation and gender identity. In Uganda, the continued acts of omission and commission permitted by the state against the LGBT community is of concern as hate speech campaign is being made. In Burundi, in the past years, Burundian lawmakers have been engaged in drafting a new criminal code for the country that abolishes the death penalty and introduces criminal provisions against torture, genocide and war crimes and crimes against humanity. Regrettably, in November 2008, the National Assembly of Burundi amended the code by criminalizing in Article 566 sex-ordered among consenting adults of the same sex. Welcome the previous provisions to deplore the decision of criminalizing homosexuality. Only organic law should be subjected in case of conflict of opinion between the Assembly and the Senate to the examination of joint committees. From a substantive point of view, the provisions that the Burundian lawmakers are trying to introduce violate human rights law, and particularly the principle of non-discrimination of Article 2 and 26 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, as established by the Human Rights Committee in 1994 in the case of Putin versus Australia. In Nigeria, since the year 2006, there has been an increase in the number of arbitrary arrests, media attacks, physical assaults, and other forms of violations against individuals and communities on the basis of their sexual orientation and gender identity, or their engagement in advocacy for the protection of human rights of LGBT persons. In the northern part of Nigeria, reports of arbitrary arrests, unlawful detentions, assaults, and intimidation targeting LGBT persons has been documented by activists and NGOs. In the southern part of the country, media attacks have rendered all activism and work around the fight for human rights of LGBT persons almost impossible by stirring violence and intimidation against LGBT individuals and their allies. This situation has rendered LGBT individuals homeless and disowned by their siblings and families due to the stigma generated by the media. In South Africa, one of the most progressive countries with a constitution that provides for non-discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. LGBT individuals are not specifically protected, and this situation allows continued state and non-state sponsored violence and discrimination. A year ago, as the people of South Africa celebrated Freedom Day on the 27th of April 2008, a black lesbian woman was raped and brutally stabbed to death in Tornado Township of Guatemala in South Africa due to her sexual orientation and gender identity. The perpetrators in that case have not been brought to justice. Similarly, in some cases, there has been rape, assault, violence, assault and murder, and when reported, the police are reluctant to take action. In Senegal, in December 22nd last year, police officers in the Mbaru neighborhood of Dakar raided an apartment and arrested 9 men, all members of an organization providing HIV services, and they were taken to court and have now been imprisoned for 8 years, despite their intervention in ensuring that HIV is capped within the continent. In Kenya, the recent attacks of LGBT activists along the streets without police investigations have created fear, intimidation, and a cause of concern for LGBT activists and human rights defenders. We are concerned about these hostilities and call upon all member states of the African Union to protect and defend all persons within their borders, particularly those persons being persecuted, harassed, and prosecuted for their sexual orientation and gender identity. We call upon the African Commission to work with member states to facilitate and conduct fact-finding missions and engage with the special rapporteurs in respect to women's rights, human rights defenders, freedom of expression and information, to ensure all fundamental rights and entitlements enshrined under the African Charter on Human and People's Rights are promoted, respected, and protected. We call upon all AU member states to note the devastating effects of criminalizing one's sexual orientation and gender identity, as such measures result in torture, arbitrary detention, and unfair trials, preventing accountability and the danger of such measures becoming permanent features of law and practice in many states. They are also unconstitutional, and they also violate fundamental human rights, of which the African Commission has committed to protect. We call upon all African Union member states to respect people's freedoms as they have undertaken to do under the African Charter